Hello YouTubers, Joe Kersey here. On election day, November 5th, 2013, about 1 in the afternoon, Eastern Time. Now, later tonight, if I'm able to stay awake or wake up in time, we're going to watch the launch of this new space shuttle crew up to the, not space shuttle, space station crew up to the space station from Baikonur. And then they dock tomorrow morning around, around 5 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time. I know I'll be up for that. Given the fact that we had, the NASA TV was blocked out during the government shutdown, I didn't get to hear a lot about this new crew going up. So I've been trying to fill my space junkie deficit here the last day or two. Well, today especially. So I'll be interested to take a look in at all this kind of stuff. I guess immediately or a day or two after they arrive, they're going to do like some spacewalks with that stupid, idiotic Olympic torch nonsense that they're doing. Give me a break. I just stepped out here and there was a male, looked like about a 2-year-old male. I might have been the same one I saw about 4 days ago. And he stared at me and I stared at him and we talked, or I talked to him. Then, see, they'll watch you as long as you're there. And then the minute you step away, they leave. So I went in the house to get the camera and came back and he's gone. Meanwhile, though, a female had shown up. Now they're farther up the creek bank, and they're up there now. There's nothing really to show you all. So my activity this morning consisted of going to vote. We had sort of the 3 or 4 pro forma one-candidate elections for the various judges. County judges. I think there were two common pleas court judges. Delaware County gets allotted, I think, three common pleas court judges, and 2 of them were elected, 1 year, and the other one's elected 2 years later. Well, no, I guess 3 years later, because they have 6-year terms. So sometimes the judges' elections fall on elections where you've got a lot of other candidates, and sometimes it falls on these odd off-year, really off-year elections like this year is. So, one candidate, doesn't matter if you vote for them or not. But I like these 3, so I voted for them. And then there was some state school board guy nonsense, and you never know who the heck these guys are. So I didn't vote. Well, there's only one guy running anyway. Running in a one individual election. And then of course the stuff that really matters are pocketbook issues. The school board, where the 2 really profligate incumbents are being opposed by 2 newcomers that, in theory at least, according to what they have been putting out and actually contacting people about, are saying we're overtaxed and we overspend and it's awful, and indeed it is. So I voted for those 2 newcomers. It'll be interesting to see how that one turns out, because that's kind of the critical one. That's the big money issue. And then a slightly smaller money issue is the Township trustee thing. And we had 2 incumbents being opposed. Well, see, the thing here is Ohio is, you don't have one person running against another person. You have both people running. You have all four people running on a list, and then the two highest vote getters get the offices. So it's you can't pick and choose between, oh, I like the incumbent, so I'll vote for the incumbent, but I don't like this other incumbent, so I'll vote for so I mean, there's a little bit of a gaming of the system here. And finally, after a number of years, now that we've gotten big enough up here where people have sort of gotten politically organized and savvy and figured out who's after their money and who wants to spend their money and who likes to spend their money and who doesn't like to spend their money, they've started running together. So you have like the incumbents run together and the new candidates running together. Although it's not a party, you don't have party affiliations in these local township or school board elections. I guess some states do, but not here. So I kind of like the one incumbent, but on the other hand, I got thinking, he was one of the votes that put on this hellaciously hard, large fire levy the other year, and that's going to raise my taxes by $1,300 next year. Oh. So I thought, I didn't even know the name of this other woman who was on the ballot, this non-incumbent, but I voted for her anyway. Now I had heard of the guy that was running, the other guy who was running against these incumbents, and he's talking lower taxes, so. But all these guys talk lower taxes, they say, oh, we can save you money, we'll lower your taxes, and that's nonsense. See, what happens is they get in there and they get to know all the people in the local government, and they get happy and friendly with them, and they don't have the scrotal wherewithal or the ovarian wherewithal to say, no, you can't have more money. No. But see, they don't say that because they get friendly with them. It's like, oh, would you give me a ride to work? Sure. Would you lend me a $5 to Tuesday? It's that kind of thing. It's local government. So we shall see here. Any number. Actually, the two incumbents. One of them got voted out 2 years ago. And I don't know, this current incumbent that's running, I mean, both these guys ran as saying, oh, we're going to lower your taxes. Well, no, they didn't lower our taxes. No, they put on this parks levy. There was a parks levy on this time around. Of course, I voted against that. It's a renewal levy, fortunately. It's not, at least it's not an increase. Yeah, I'm going to use the township parks. Come on, guys. This is a rural area. If you want parks, you move to municipality. Now, God forbid they incorporate up here, because at that point I'd have to leave, because I've sworn never to ever live again in an incorporated area. But, that'd be grim. I've lived in incorporated areas. It's grim. So that was that. So I came. Dead battery, guys. So I came home and, well, no, I didn't come home. So then after I voted, I went to the bank and moved some money around. And so I didn't drive through. There was only like one transaction. And so, you send your check in and your driver's license in, and then you sort of stick your face toward the camera there, the little security camera. And young woman in there this time says to me, how are you? And I said, fine. And then she says, what are you going to do the rest of your day? Now, this is the bank. I'm depositing a check. You know, I'm not in a pickup bar. You know, I'm not out having a drink with somebody. I'm not out cruising for people. I'm at a bank depositing a check in a drive-thru. What are you going to do the rest of your day? Now that kind of question always disarms me and takes me by surprise. Because first of all, you know, I mean, I don't know this individual. I mean, it's a very friendly question. I mean, it's not meant, well, it's not overtly meant in a hostile way. But yet, I do not want to have a relationship with you. You know. Now, on the other hand, you know, actually, if regular viewers of my stuff will know that a few weeks or a couple of months back, maybe 3 months back, a very, very cute guy was talking to me on the little TV screen, and I was willing to indulge him a little bit longer than I was this young woman. I thought he was chatting me up. Well, apparently it's not so much that they chat people up as that this must be some sort of J.P. Morgan Chase policy. You know, oh, you have to ask people what they're going to do the rest of the day. Well, one wonders why. Are they gathering data? Are they agents of the NSA? Are they part of the security apparatus of the United States government? Has this been some sort of, you know, stealth condition imposed by all the various fines that have been imposed on J.P. Morgan Chase for all of this, you know, London whale nonsense? Just me being a little bit paranoid. On the other hand, I mean, it seems completely unnecessary. First of all, it delays people moving through the drive-thru. You know, I mean, there's no need to engage in unnecessary chatter when you've got a line of cars, you know, wanting to go through the drive-thru. So that's one of those mysteries of life. So when I came home, got home safely, house was safe, I was safe, all was well, thank the good Lord. And then there was some more prayerless stuff to attend to. I awakened this morning at 2 in the morning, and there were some people that had some updates that they wanted me to send out, and then I got home today, and there were some updates that I had to send out and tend to, so I did. Now, one of the things that I find problematic is people will use their, like a first name and an initial, like you're in first grade. You remember the first grade name places where you had like your first name and then your initial, your last initial, rather than your last name, rather than your real name? That drove me nuts as early as first grade. I'm telling you that right now. And so this woman had said, we need to pray for so-and-so N. So-and-so N. Well, what is she, a 7-year-old? No, it turns out she's a 50-year-old woman with a very debilitating disease, and she feels her family's abandoned her and isn't being kind enough to her. She's feeling very lonely and depressed. You know, it's one of those sad isolation tales that happens to people. But you know, could we not know the woman's name? Well, God knows her name. We know that. Still, it's a stylistic construct that drives me up the wall. It's very annoying at any rate. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir, for that, exhaust brake nonsense. How pleasant for him. That saved him a lot of fuel and brakes. I'll tell you the two groups of, insane people who are functional in our economy and do good work are the big dirt truck drivers and the cement truck drivers. They're insane. You have to be to drive those big things. Well, I'm starting to digress. So I'm going to sign off now, YouTubers, and have a good election day. And actually, in England, it is Guy Fawkes Day, celebrating, if that's the right verb, the gunpowder plot in which, papists wish to blow up Parliament. Well, they met a bad end. Very gruesome and bad and public end. So don't put gunpowder under the Houses of Parliament, guys. Doesn't matter what religion you're in. Let it be a lesson to us all. Alrighty now. Bye-bye, YouTubers.